You'd probably see us like jumping around a lot, um, head banging a lot, depending on the kind of style of music that we're writing.
Yep.
You'll see Dan like bounce to the piano and yeah, no, I think that that's what they would see. They
Welcome to the Here to Zen podcast, your genre-free home for music, stories, and inspiration. Here, we celebrate sound in all its forms. From chart toppers to hidden gems, heavy riffs to chilled grooves, we believe great music has no boundaries. Our goal is simple: to share a love for every kind of music, connect with the artists who make it, and dive into the stories that shape their journeys. Whether you're here to discover something new, revisit an old favorite, or just vibe with the universal language of music, you're in the right place. This is more than a podcast. It's a community built on passion, curiosity, and the joy of sound. So plug in, turn it up, and let's find the zen in every beat.
Hey Taylor,
Hi, how are you?
good. It's been a hot minute since we saw you at Good Things 2024 in the
I
sweaty media
know.
tents. Um, so have you taken any time for yourself since then? Like honestly, you seem pretty busy.
Yes, I have. While I was writing my next record, I really did take like a lot of time and just chilled. And like I've been really taking like the last couple of weeks too, like getting out of bed a little bit later than I usually would, and just really trying to like soak it all in, enjoy, like the fall season here. It's like really beautiful. The leaves are changing and stuff. So like going out and just like going to haunted houses and doing that, like just enjoy that part of my life. And so, yeah, before it starts getting a bit crazy here soon, yeah, I've been really just taking like the last few months to just like focus on myself and my health and, all of the
Perfect.
things.
So Poster
Yeah,
Child's out October 24. For
yeah.
you, lyrically, thematically, musically, however you want, how is it different from the last album?
I think, I mean, I just really think that this whole record just embodies me as a person so much. Thematically, like there were a few things that had happened in my personal life while I was touring, and obviously, like when you're on tour, it's really hard to be able to thoroughly process everything and process your emotions. You have a very small window of just, time for yourself, and then, you're having to show up for your fans and all of those things.
Yep.
And so, and just be present in the moment. And I think, this was the first record where I actually got like a second to like sit and just really think about what I wanted and reflect on all of like the last few years. And obviously, like I just recently signed a record deal, and like
Yep.
there was just a lot of things like moving parts in my life and touring and nonstop. It just felt like I hadn't really taken a breath. And so this album feels like that breath. Like I got a handle of myself. I got to process everything that I needed to process. Um, I, got to take care of myself. I was eating, I was sleeping, and all the things. Like it just feels very like strong.
Yep.
This record does. And it feels very authentic to me. And it is because I took a lot of time and really like focused on the production and focused on the lyrics. And, I was really, really like excited about my collaborators this time around and got to work with like Knox, who's an amazing artist and songwriter here in Nashville, as well as Spencer Jordan. I've been working with Dan Swank and my friend Emma for a really long time. And so, bringing them back in and just like the collaborative experience of it all, but also taking time to just sit and write and think about what I wanted to say as an artist, like that was such an important thing for me and something that I applaud myself of so much going into this project. So I feel just like when I listen to it, I sound confident, and
Yep.
this like I don't think that there's anything that I would do differently in any of the songs. So um looking back on like my previous projects, like I was so proud of Survival in Motion, but that definitely was like the stepping stone to get to this point, right? Like I've been at this now for like a decade, and so I've grown a lot, and I think you can really feel that in this
Yeah.
record.
Now, artists generally have an either love or hate relationship with studios. What is it for you?
Hmm. I love it. I really do. I I've really grown to love it. I used to despise doing harmonies and like
Yep.
BGV vocals, and this time around I was like, let's go for it. Like anything is on the table. I was like, I mean, I think one of the songs has like it has to have like 100 different like there's so many that we just kept
Yep.
adding things, throwing things into the mix. So like vocally, yeah, I really had a lot of fun with this one.
All right. I want to let your fans be a fly on the wall right now in the studio for a
Hmm.
writing session. If they were that fly on
Hmm.
the wall, what would they see happen during a writing session with you?
Oh man, I mean, I guess depending on who I'm usually with Dan and Emma. And when it's the three of us, you'd see Dan and he's like tinkering away on his guitar and coming up with cool ideas. You'll see Emma and we really bounce like melodies and lyrics off of each other. It's like it's a very collaborative experience. Even Dan, like you'd probably see us like jumping around a lot, um, head banging a lot, depending on the kind of style of music that we're writing.
Yep.
You'll see Dan like bounce to the piano, and yeah, no, I think that's what they would see. They'd see like a lot of maybe Emma and I arguing because she's like my best friend, and we're basically sisters at this point. She knows
Yep.
everything about me, and so we argue a lot in the studio. We'll be like, I don't think that's right. This like it's
Great.
um so they'll probably see a lot of that.
Awesome. Now, Nashville's a
Yeah.
hotbed for all kinds of music now. Is there
Yeah.
anyone on your collaborator list that you haven't ticked off yet?
Oh man. I mean, I don't I'm kind of like a I don't even know who all lives here in Nashville.
Yep.
I mean, as far as like a collaboration goes, like I would really love to do something with a more nostalgic act, like Goo Goo Dolls or like Adam from Counting Crows. Like I would love to do something like that. Um, just to kind of like check that off of the bucket list.
Yep.
I know Chris Carrabba lives here from Dashboard Confessional, and I would love to do something with him. I think that would be amazing. Um, Toured with him last year, and it was incredible. So to do something else with him would be really fun.
And a different one for me, I would add Lizzie Hale to the mix.
Oh yes, yes, yes. I love her. I
Yep.
love her.
Now, look, every song on this album is your baby. Was there
Hmm.
one of those babies that was problematic during the writing session and you almost didn't bring it on the album?
I think Cheap Dopamine, I think was the one that like I love that song so much, but it took me a minute to like really fully appreciate it in the way that it is like because melodically and vocally I felt like it was so different from anything that I'd done previously.
Yeah.
And so it just has a more of like a like I don't even really want to say country because I don't even think it's that, but it's just like the melodies are a bit different for me. And so I was like unsure if it fit in that whole collective of songs. But now that I hear it in like full context, like I think it fits perfectly and I love the song so much. But that was the one where it was like, I don't know. But then my co-writers were like, trust me,
Yep.
it's a really good song. We love it. We think it needs to be there. This is a non-negotiable. And I was like, okay, I think you guys are right.
I see you have a cat in the background. I've got one right
I
next to
do.
me.
Do you see them? They're
Yep.
sitting at their little Petley rows, just patiently waiting for the food machine to release their food. Oh my gosh! What kind of cat is that?
Here's a Maine Coon cross.
No way!
Yep.
I think here, I'll grab Oliver really quick. Hang on. I think that uh he is my Maine Coon because he does the this.
Yep.
He's very like squiggly and like he's my sweet baby boy, but he's my young one and then I have another one, Beaks, but two black cats. I was like, I can't have one, it's bad luck. Two, it evens it out a little
Yep.
bit.
And if he's got Maine Coon in him, they love the attention.
Oh, he loves it. He is like so obsessed with he's like kind of a scaredy cat sometimes, but like I he does not like me being out of his sight. Right now he's very fixated on his food. I'm like,
Yep. I know, I
do
get you.
what you
That's
gotta
why
do.
I'm in my office right now, and Onyx has a bed in my office.
Oh, I love that.
He
That's
cannot
so
be
awesome.
too far from me at all times.
Yep. And Oliver, he goes around at night, especially, and he makes like he will go searching for my boyfriend and I, and we'll be in bed, and he always sleeps with us every night. He's like my little my cuddle bug. Binks
Yep.
is like she comes and goes when she pleases. She's like very, very, very sweet, but she'll come sleep with us, but Oliver's with us every single night. So he's the baby. They're fighting now. So
You
if you
see,
hear them in the background.
rock
Yeah.
fans, it's all about your cats. New
Yeah, it's
albums and
true.
cats.
Yeah, they're fighting right now. So if you hear any screaming in the background, that's why
That's
they're wrestling.
I'm used to it with this household. Used to it. Now, you'll be heading out on the road, no doubt, to promote the album.
Yep.
Now, I know it's only been like 10 months since you're in Australia, pretty
Hmm.
much, but
Yep.
surely Australia's on the cards.
Oh yeah, for sure. And probably sooner than you think.
Great. We,
That's what I'll
we'll
say.
we'll be happy with that because you know
Good.
you played the little shows initially, then you came back for Good
Hmm.
Things, and then you did
Hmm.
your side shows.
Hmm.
And
Yep.
you know we were lucky to be at all of them. So you know
Oh.
we're very spoilt here in Brisbane,
Aw.
and it's just been lovely to see your natural evolution. So, what do you think
Thank
is
you.
next? Even though the album's only about to come out, what's next in the
Oh
evolution
man.
for you, Taylor?
I mean, I don't even know. I try to just take it one day at a time. I mean, I'd love to say, like another like really cool, like bigger support tour for me would be really cool to be on. Kind of crossing my fingers for something like that. Obviously more touring. Like I feel like I'm constantly I'm like I can't be home for too long. More music for sure. Like
Yep.
gonna take some time, probably at the beginning of the next year to start writing for the third project. And so yeah, just keep the wheels turning and just keep creating. I think that's like the biggest thing for me.
Now, I did a little bit of the Google, and sometimes it can be right and wrong. So, did you
Yeah.
grow up in Pennsylvania?
I did. So my story is kind of interesting. Like my family, we've moved around a bit, like when I was a kid. So I was actually born in St. Paul, Minnesota. And then my family, we lived there until I was about 4 years old. And then we lived in Washington State. And that's where I spent most of my like childhood. But my
Yep.
dad passed away in 2001. And we were there for like 2 more years after that. And then all of my parents, like their family, like my mom's mom, dad, all of my dad's, like my extended family is all out in Pennsylvania. So I think my mom, like, just to have that, like, family close knit like support system, we ended up moving to Pennsylvania. So that's where I say I'm from there because I feel like I spent like majority of like my formative years, like
Yep.
middle school, high school, went to college there. My partner, his family is actually oddly enough from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So I even now we spend a lot of time out there. So it feels like it's yeah, like I'm very much like if I was to go home, it would be to Pennsylvania.
What was that music scene like for you when you were starting out?
I mean, there really wasn't much of one, like especially where I'm from, like it's a very, very small town. I would say like there's a lot of country, like it's very country rooted. I kind of lived in like the middle of nowhere where there's like a lot of farmland, like kids would literally drive tractors to school kind of vibes.
Yep.
So, it like definitely had that. So my taste in music, I felt like there were very few kids that had that similar taste that I did, which was like the early like 2000s, 90s, like early pop punk as well, like, Boys Like Girls and Mayday Parade and all of those
Yep.
bands, like Story So Far and stuff like that. Um, there was like very few kids that had that same like style of music that they enjoyed, so I kind of like latched on to them.
Yep.
But yeah, no, it was a lot of country music, I think. But like rock as well. Like I feel like there was a lot of like that early, I guess, what do they call it? Like the dad rock, the
Yep.
the butt rock, whatever.
Yep.
Like that kind of style of pop
Cool.
music as well. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, we're out of time for today, so I'd love for you to let
Mhm.
everyone that has gotten to know you in Australia over the last year and a half, let them know what's coming.
Well, we've got Poster Child coming on October 24th, which is coming up so soon. I will be back in Australia very soon to see you guys again, to be able to sing and scream and all of the things. Um, and then, yeah, hopefully a lot more music to come after that. And I'll be coming to visit Australia a bunch. So
Awesome, Taylor.
I'm very
Thanks so
excited.
much. It's been great to catch up
Thank
with you
you.
again, and we'll see you next time you're here for sure.
Yes. Yay. I'll see you very soon.
All right. Thank you, Taylor. Bye.
All right. Bye. See ya.
That's a wrap on this episode of the Here to Zen podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. We truly appreciate every single one of you who listens, shares, and supports what we do. This podcast is all about celebrating music in all its forms, and it wouldn't mean anything without this amazing community around it. If you enjoyed today's episode, we'd love it if you could take a moment to rate and review us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you're listening right now. It really helps us reach more music fans and keep the conversation going. And don't forget, you can be part of our online community too. Join the conversation on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. We'd love to hear your thoughts, your favorite tracks, or even what music means to you. This isn't just our podcast, it's yours too. From all of us here at Here to Zen, thank you again for being part of the journey. We appreciate your support more than words can say. Until next time, keep listening, keep sharing, and keep finding the Zen in every beat.